G'day.
G'day, mate.
What an episode we've had today. Obviously having the one and only Max Fuchel.
The one and only.
Long awaited.
Iconic figure in motorsport and the world alike, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
I've been trying to get him on since I started the show.
Well, you've told me that he's ghosted you about 26 times since you've asked him.
Honestly, it would have been easier to get Lewis Hamilton on the show, I reckon.
Yeah, you and 900 other women.
Anyways, moving on. How have you been the last 4 days?
What are you wearing, by the way?
I'm wearing a pretty iconic tuxedo. Of course, I've gone for the James Bond kind of look, as you have yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, about 60 years earlier than I have. But yeah. So how have you been the last 4 days?
Oh, you know, mate. Honestly, I've just been gymming, training, doing real boring shit. But hey, that's part of it. And just been trying to plan this podcast, more or less. Which my planning went as far as writing when and where is your first kiss.
And when was your first kiss?
No, that was my question to Max, which I never actually got around to asking.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
we can
re-divert.
Yeah, we can re-divert. No, I don't want to go into that, actually. James, when was your first kiss?
It was in Whangamata, actually,
Jesus.
in 2013, New Year's there, and yes, I loaded up on 8% Cody's, and everyone went out down to the local surf club there.
Did you have a coffin of Cody's?
No, this is back in the day. I could only handle about 2 or 3, so not much has changed.
Fair enough, mate.
And I was approached by this lovely young woman, and she was. I'll leave the rest up to your imaginations.
Oh,
but,
fuck, I can only imagine.
Yeah, she was all go. She was all go, and then
Did you give her a wee pecker?
Yeah, well,
Or was
look,
it a slobbery kiss?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, actually, for a first kiss. What would you go for?
I had no idea what I was
Teeth?
doing.
Did you get the teeth involved?
Yeah, probably actually.
that's
Yeah,
get
it's
the teeth
classic.
involved.
That is
What about
classic.
yourself, Marcus?
My first kiss? No. That's not going on camera. Anyway, Clem, when was your first kiss?
Oh, late bloomer. Late bloomer.
Late bloomer?
Yeah,
That
of
surprises me.
course. Mate, you see me, sort of
I would never
a
have
innocent-looking guy.
You're such a suave individual.
Sort of a high school sort of vibe, just the usual party.
Just
a
the usual
little
party?
little pecker.
How did you ask her to kiss you?
I just went, do you want to kiss me? To be honest, I find it that...
creative.
No.
Did you say it in English or French or Swiss? Or?
Oh, no, in English. But I was, it tends to be that when you ask a question, you tend to get an answer. And obviously, most of the time it was a no, but
Yeah.
that day it was a yes.
That day was a yes.
And anyways, moving on. So
It's a numbers game, mate, because if you ask 100, 95 are going to say no.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
Well,
you're going to
five
get
are gonna
5 lucky yeses.
A wise man once said to me, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Didn't my dad say that to you?
No, your dad said to me, if you aim high, you can't shoot yourself in the foot.
That is fantastic advice.
That's great chat from Rick.
That
great
We're going to
chat
name
from
that
Rick.
episode after that.
Anyways, what about you, James? What have you been up to the last few days?
It's screaming deals, mate. Screaming deals. Doing sort of insurance contracts. I've got a whole contingent of Kiwis and Australians racing at the Supernats this weekend, so look after them for all their insurance needs. And no, that's been good, but that's been mate, hammer and tong. Really, really busy. But no, good to see you fellas. But I've heard through the grapevine that you've had a bit of a week, mate. You were over in Switzerland for a little bit, and you somehow accidentally got all caught up in some sort of nude spa situation.
So, as you can tell, obviously, Nordic countries and generally some spas out there are naked only. Now, I was just down at the swimming pool doing my usual 1K swim, being a racing driver. You wanted to get the cardio worked out. And got down to the spa and just wanted a good steam. You want a good steam.
You wanted to steam out the steamers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of steamers a couple of weeks back. And
And
I wanted a steam. And I was down there and obviously wearing my sort of trunks. And some geezer came up to me and said, "That's not how it works."
Hold
you
up.
can tell.
Hold up. So an old geezer came over to you and said, "You need to take your pants off."
Did he point to a sign or anything? Or
Yes. He actually did point to a sign that said, "You're not allowed phones in there because you don't want to be taking pictures, and you got to take your trunks off."
Now, before we get really graphic on this, just be careful because they'll demonetize the video. But what did he say exactly to get you?
Oh, he spoke some German.
Naked.
I didn't really understand, but basically, me and my brother who were there kind of understood that the gig was to be naked, as he was standing
nude.
He was standing nude.
Right.
So
I can only imagine that you said, woohoo!
Oh, no, quite the opposite, actually. I wrapped around a towel, as I didn't want to really show off my nether regions,
Scare the kids.
as you would.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so just sort of had a sort of hour and a half steam, went into the old cold pool. Obviously, don't want to emphasize too much that I went into a cold pool.
Yeah, we'll skip over that one.
Stuff happens in cold pool, you know, and you sort of shrink.
You go on.
And
yeah.
And then you
that was
flew
my
home.
week. I just sort of walked out of there,
Oh, well,
and
that's a nice thing to have done with your brother.
Hey,
yeah,
of
of course.
It's good to know what racing drivers do in their off season, I guess.
Well, it kind of
Sort of have a sort of family nude bonding sesh with some random German
I
men.
wonder if Lewis does that as well. I bet they all do.
Well, Bottas does. We've seen him get nude in a
he
spa
loves
before.
It. He bloody loves it.
he has actually.
Yeah.
It's big time.
Scary.
Maybe there's some performance in that. Maybe you're not getting nude enough.
We should do an Excel spreadsheet of like the percentage of times you get nude in the sauna qualifying performance versus
Well, I'm gonna tell you, boys, it's all gonna come down to my performance in Abu Dhabi.
right.
Facing the facts.
Well, that's quite a risky place to be nude.
No, yes, it is. But getting nude in a spa might enhance my performance on the day.
Yeah, no, I'll give you
So
that.
obviously, if I'm now within a second of my teammate, I think we're in for a shout that this is definitely a performance enhancer.
Yeah.
That's a pretty realistic goal. Well, we can readdress that when we are in Abu Dhabi because I think the next episode will be there.
It probably will be, yeah. We'll all
Probably
be
will
there
be, yeah.
hanging out, nude
Yeah.
or otherwise.
Yes.
And we'll see
Enjoying
you there.
ourselves.
We'll see you there, team.
Cheers.